Hey, what's up? It's Ben here. Have you ever thought about actually becoming a host on Airbnb? I know I'm going to lose some viewers on this one, but my analytics shows that only 2 viewers actually watch my videos all the way through, and one of them happens to be me. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about how I started my Airbnb business. Now, just a quick disclaimer here, I haven't been running the Airbnb business for years like some other folks on YouTube. I'm still brand new to this, and this is just for me to show you what's possible out there. And it's okay to venture out of your comfort zone. And I always do my research first so I can create an environment where I'm always up on my investment for the long run. That's why research and knowledge is so important to me. I don't like losing my money, but I like to take some risk, and that's just me. I like taking calculated risk though. So with that being said, here is my 6-step process of how I started. First, research the area to start the Airbnb in. So I live in Central California, and there's not a lot of stuff to do around here, and there's a lot of land to grow fruits. Housing is relatively cheap when it's compared to Southern California or the Bay Area, but that doesn't mean there isn't a market for it. What I use for research is a website called airdna.co to get market statistics on Airbnb rentals, and surprisingly enough, the area that I want to do business in is considered grade A and has an average occupancy rate that's around 75%, and it even gives me an average daily rate at $156. I would say this is almost like a one-stop shop for research, but of course I cross-checked it with a buddy of mine who also does Airbnb in the same city, and he tells me that he is beating the average, so even better for me. Also, check the area to make sure if a permit is needed or if there's any regulations involving short-term rentals, and that could make or break you. Step 2, breaking the numbers down. I'm very conservative with my numbers. For example, if it costs me $800 to buy appliances, I'll adjust it a little bit more for buffers, so about $1,000 or so. Generally, I have an idea of what things would cost, and I'll just plug it into my spreadsheet. If you're doing this, here are some of the basic items you need to consider when breaking down the numbers. For your monthly expenses, first figure out what your monthly housing payment will be. This could be that mortgage you have or that rent to the landlord. Second, a ballpark number for your utilities like electricity, gas, and water and such. Third, maintenance costs. This could be the landscaper that you pay or the handyman costs. Fourth, product costs. This could be getting your supplies like the bar soaps, towels, or snacks for your guests, and so forth. Once you have a good estimate of this number, add them all up, and that will be the number you have to hit just to break even every single month for your expense. Not your initial investment though. Then figure out your initial investment, what it will cost to get the place or to furnish the place. Once you have these numbers, you should be able to calculate what you can potentially make with Airbnb. Now for my Airbnb, let me give you a quick breakdown of it on just 1 month. It's not the best, but this is for someone who's just starting out. $1,250 for rent, yes, I'm renting it. $300 for utilities, $100 for maintenance costs and product costs. If you have a question about why my maintenance costs and product costs comes out to be $100 per month, it's because my Airbnb is just a few minutes away from me, and most likely I can do the work myself, and I usually buy in bulk for products, so I average it out to be a couple dollars per month. So my estimated monthly expense is around $1,650 per month, and I furnish the entire place for about $3,200. Very efficient and budget friendly because I shop at local warehouse for major discounts. So my numbers look like this. For 365 days at 75% occupancy, that gives me about 274 days that the house is occupied. I take that and multiply it by $156 and I'll get $42,744 in revenue. Divide it by 12 months and I'll get $3,562 per month in revenue. And if you take that number and subtract it by $1,650 per month, I'll get $1,912 in potential profit. So normally this is what I'll do. Since I'm conservative with my numbers, I'll just be happy if I make $1,000 per month on this Airbnb. The $912 can go into other expenses and a team if I decide to completely automate this. Again, this is the number that I like to see. As long as I'm not breaking even every single month, then there's potential, and that $900 is being very conservative. Step 3, find a place. You can use your current place, buy a place, or rent out a place. I own a place, but it has an HOA and they don't allow Airbnb, so that's out of the picture. I wanted to buy a place, but after crunching in the numbers, the cash flow isn't the best since there's not a lot of good deals in the market right now. So the best option for me is to just rent a place from a landlord and explain to them what I'm doing. I use Zillow's rental and Craigslist to find rental places, and luckily after a dozen or so attempts, I came across a property that I could do Airbnb in. My initial investment was low and there's a good chance of cash flowing, which I explained in step 2 by breaking down the numbers. Once you sign the lease and the ball is rolling, it's time to get started. Step 4, go ahead and separate your money. Make sure your business stuff is separated from your personal stuff. What I mean is to have a separate bank account for this business. Now, this is not legal advice, nor am I a CPA. For starters, you might not need to have a whole LLC structure set up because you might just be doing this on the side and not making a ton of money, but just enough to pay the utilities, and that's fine. But if you are making a lot of money and for protection's sake, you might want to get an LLC with a separate business bank account in place in order to house all your transaction, and if you get bigger, S-Corp might be one way to go. Step 5, furnish the place. It took me about 5 days or so to clean, furnish, and take photos of the entire place. For the most part, I use Amazon, Costco, Walmart, local thrift shops, warehouses, and used appliances shop to get good deals. I'm fortunate to know all the places around the city, so it helped a lot. I used a smart lock since you can keep logs of who enters and you can easily change the code anytime. It'll make your life that much easy. And again, I'm able to furnish the entire place around $3,200. If you want me to show you around the place and give you a quick price tag of the items, let me know. I can do a video of that in the future, but in the meantime, check out my low budget setup. Step 6, become Superhost. This might take a couple months to achieve since I need to get high ratings and reviews. With that badge, people are more likely to book me in the future and my rates could be higher. So for my first month, I marked all my days at the same price that's at least 20% below the market price. And when I first posted this listing on Friday, March 5th, I got 6 bookings within 24 hours, almost filling out my calendar. Granted, I had to close off 2 days for an event that I had to do, so that's just on me. Also, at my rates, I'm sure those 3 days that are empty will get filled up. If not, I'm okay marking them down in price because it's better to make some money than no money at all. So in this chart, you can calculate my total to be $1,930.49 and subtract my monthly expense estimate of $1,650. I'm currently looking at $280.49 in potential profits. And of course, it could be more if I didn't close off those 2 days and my other 3 days get filled up. Overall, I don't think it's bad at all, just starting out for the first month and making a couple $100s for a couple hours of work. This is not factoring in my initial time setting things up, only my time confirming bookings and also 1 hour cleaning for each turnover. Granted, I have not factored in my initial investment, but Airbnb is a long-term play. So you can think of my first month as a test run and also trying to rack up those reviews. Overall, there might be some minor details I left out here and there, and if I were to talk about this, this video could be an hour long. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer it. So I hope this video gave you some insight on how I started my Airbnb business, and if you are the one on the fence about it, you might just want to take some action and see how things go. Just to warn you though, it does require a couple of thousands of dollars to start something like this, and if you don't have a place already, and if you do, your place can be a cash flowing machine. I'm just saying, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing to stay tuned for my Airbnb updates, or just talk about investing in general. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later.